It's 7 degrees today, so it's like a veritable heat wave compared to what we've had here in the last couple of weeks. And in fact, I've had a hard time deciding how to dress today. I'm down to 4 layers from my usual 6, and so far it's quite comfortable. Practically no wind. It is going to rain later, so it's kind of a gloomy day. But other than that, it's a great day for a walk, so let's see what happens. Aside from all of the big shottery that I engage in, many of you may not know that I'm also a social engineer. So today I thought I would talk about an interesting social engineering experiment that's going on in Malaysia pretty soon. If I can figure out how to get onto the sidewalk. Not all the ice has melted. Malaysia has decided that they're passing a law that will prohibit anyone born after 2005 from purchasing cigarettes in the country, which is their way, of course, of reducing, if not eliminating, smoking. So I started to think about what that means in the long term. So if you're born in 2006, 7, 2008, whatever it is, you will no longer ever be able to buy cigarettes in Malaysia. And if you think about it, and if they carried this out long enough, eventually cigarettes, of course, will not be sold within the country, so because no one will smoke, and it will be illegal to sell to anybody born beyond 2005. So no one will be able to buy them, even if they were sold. And when you just look at the numbers behind this scheme, yes, it would work. You're eliminating not only a product that people can buy, but you're eliminating the people or the market for the product. So if you look at just the numbers and the mechanics behind it, it's brilliant. However, we're not dealing with simple numbers. You're dealing with people that have a habit. And as the United States found out during Prohibition during the 1920s, the prohibition on alcohol didn't actually work the way it was planned. Although they did try to do it 100% right off the bat, no alcohol, period. Malaysia is approaching the tobacco problem with a long-term view. However, it would still seem that when they do this, they're creating a black market for cigarettes, not right away, but gradually into the future. The black market will just get bigger and bigger. And when you get to the point where cigarettes are not sold at all in Malaysia, then of course you have a black market for tobacco, like they have right now for lots of different kinds of drugs. Now, of course, I'm not a genius when it comes to black markets, but it does seem that if you create a black market, you're replacing one problem with another one. The health problem of people smoking is a big one and has a major impact not only on the people who smoke and the people around them, but also on the health service in the country itself. Their desire to control the costs is an important value that the government would be interested in. But hopefully they've thought through this scheme and it works. I mean, numbers-wise, like I said, it's a very good idea. Social engineering-wise, I'm not so sure about that, but we're going to see in the years ahead if they actually pass the law to see how it works out. I would like to know what you guys think about this. Leave a note in the comments. I know this is kind of off topic from what we normally talk about on my channel, but it's the kind of thing that when I hear about them, I usually get my mind wrapped around it and it just bothers me. It's almost like getting a song stuck in your head. The ramifications for this and how it would work year by year by year, sort of get me hooked, and it's hard to stop thinking about something like that. So if you were born in 2006, you cannot purchase cigarettes ever in Malaysia. If you were born in 2005 or earlier, you can continue purchasing cigarettes in Malaysia forever. There's no prohibition against you buying cigarettes or using them. Now, some might say that when you get to be a certain age, this becomes unenforceable because then you have, consumer rights and all that stuff. How can one person have a right to purchase a product and another person not? I'm sure that's a legal battle that Malaysia is facing in the future. This is a hard thing. So it's an interesting approach to the problem. I don't know if any other country's ever done it. So they're breaking new ground here. Like Sweden, during the pandemic, Malaysia is conducting a social engineering experiment which will take us years to see if they were right. But it's certainly an interesting idea. In 2016, my company was working with a group of 16 to 19-year-olds in Malaysia, and we did a survey, sort of like a health survey, before we started our program, and we found out that 50% of the men smoked. Only 2% of the women in that age group smoked. Now, I don't know if this is indicative of the percentage of smokers in the population nationwide. It's probably close to it, but you can look that up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a mistake. I'm coming on the trail in a different direction. This is probably not my smartest move because it is covered with ice, although if you find the snow, it is melting slightly where the snow is. We can get some traction. There is a trick to walking on ice. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is. That was much more difficult than I thought. But when you get off the ice, it's really a weird feeling, because all of a sudden you have more traction than you ever thought existed. Anyhow, I think that's enough for today. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Malaysian social experiment. I really like to hear what other people think about this. It's an elegant idea. Whenever you're dealing with social engineering, there's always unintended consequences. Hey folks, thanks for watching. A recent study by J.D. Power and Associates found that 98% of those who subscribe to this channel have all of their wildest dreams come true. Think about it. Be seeing you.